Hello, practice monkeys. We will be talking about the technique being studied in Minuet 2 today. In Minuet 2, you have some kind of challenging technique that you're having to work through. So I want to show you just the 4 things that you should be working on in pre-practice to get ready for this piece. There are 4 specific techniques, and I will be giving you 4 videos to go over each of these techniques in particular. So let's tackle the first one. The very first technique that you're working on in Minuet 2 is an arpeggio. Now, if you haven't studied arpeggios, it really is just the scale with some skip steps, because it's the first note of the scale, it's the 3rd, the 5th, and then the top note of the scale. So if you play a G major scale, you can just play the scale and skip in between, and you will be playing the arpeggio. So let me just show you the G major arpeggio that you are practicing in Minuet number 2. You will start on the G, 3rd finger D string, and then you skip A and play B. Then you skip C and play D. And then you skip 2 notes, E and F sharp, and play G. So that's 4 notes of the scale and skipping some tones. Now, when I teach this piece, I make sure that we're walking up the arpeggio, because you want to make sure that you're going to the next note before you get there. You're preparing for it. So you play G, and at the same time you're getting ready to squeeze B, and then you play B, and at the same time you're getting ready D, and then at the same time you're preparing the high G. And this arpeggio is played 6 times in this piece. So if you're practicing it, you're practicing it for much of the piece. So I'm going to play it again for you. Now it does go on to go over to the A string, F sharp, G, and then back down to the low G. And that's the whole part that is played 6 times in this piece. Can you see my fingers climbing up? That's very important. Climb up that mountain. And one more time. You want to be sure to not block your fingers. If you are still blocking your fingers, you definitely want to get out of that habit, because your fingers need to be preparing across the strings at this point, definitely. So stay tuned. I will bring you the other 3 techniques that you should be practicing in this piece next time. See you next time. Bye-bye.